This article comes from Tip Ranks. Billionaire Ken Griffin and Goldman Sachs have one thing in common. They both love these two AI stocks. So Ken Griffin, he's the hedge fund owner of Citadel. They raked in 16 billion in profits last year. And then you have one of the prominent banking institutions on Wall Street, Goldman Sachs. And both love these two stocks that we're going to get into around the theme of generative AI. Goldman Sachs says over the next 10 years, you can expect roughly $7 trillion in global economic growth due to AI. So the first stock that they love is Intuit. They are the maker of QuickBooks and they have roughly 82% market share. And they have been incorporating AI on a large scale in its virtual expert platform. Pretty much where you get a bit more personalization of the tax experience. Revenue rose 14% last year to 3.04 billion. Company is also repurchasing their stock. Current program is to repurchase $500 million worth of stock. Company's natural language processing, AI, and chatbot services are additional examples of Intuit's investment in such technology. So let's go to Intuit's stock chart, and this is the monthly chart. I'd like to denote the recent tops and bottoms, just so I kind of know what my playing field is. And the playing field being like a football field, right? This is one end zone, that's another end zone. This is the 50-yard line. Let's go to the weekly, and you can say right now the price is at the, I don't know, 30-yard line. And I don't really see any levels that excite me, so let's continue to go down to the daily. Alright, so this might be an area worth shorting. However, the origin of this leg down was started at 580. But this level where you had some basing and then a leg down did break these pivot lows. Volume was okay, so this area might work out for a short. On the downside, looks like we have a gap fill. We'll denote it. Not sure if price got that low. Nope. So that might be an area worth buying if and when price gets back down to the levels of 324. Alright, let's go back to the article. The next stock they both love is Adobe, maker of Photoshop, Adobe Flash, PDF. Most recently, the company announced Firefly, a family of generative AI tools aimed at creators. Revenue reached a record 4.66 billion, almost a 10% year-over-year increase. The release of Sensei Gen AI and and Firefly. Further situate Adobe to help shape the role generative AI will play in driving productivity boosts, expected to be a byproduct of greater adoption. Adobe's strong direct-to-consumer go-to-market motion, along with its product lead growth, will likely allow Adobe to drive net new growth and be one of the first benefactors of these investments. So let's go to the stock of Adobe. We're going to start at the monthly chart like we usually do. I think I had marked this prior because previous resistance is now support. Alright, we're going to go down. This might be an area of interest to maybe short. Let's go to the weekly chart. This was the pandemic lows. Price is somewhat sideways with an uptrend bias. So maybe we can look for longs to the 460 area. Ideally, I would like to see a break and a close of this pivot high at 400 before considering going long. This might be an area to go long if price pulls back. Volume's not great, but it is at the round hole number of $300. Those are the plays, setups on Adobe. Again, if I zoom out, at least to the weekly chart, you can see the opportunities. A break of 400, pull back to take it to 460, collapse in price to roughly 300. Potentially you can take that long. So these are two stocks that Ken Griffin and Goldman Sachs likes. You know, the way I trade, I like to follow the smart money and hop on the elephant, just be a little bird and enjoy the ride. These two stocks are out of my price range. You could do options, which is what I would consider, but not sure if there's really much growth. I think there's other opportunities that offer a better reward to risk ratio. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Please like the video.